where does San Francisco go? Do they play Kaepernick or do you play Alex Smith? Now, keep in mind, all right, let's give a little background to this, okay? They moved up 2 years ago in the second round to draft Kaepernick, okay? They did move up to get this kid. In college, he threw for over 10,000 yards. He ran for over 4,000 yards. Now, I know he played in Nevada, and I understand that the competition he went against might not be as good as, say, your SEC, Mr. Tresler. But 10,000 yards passing and 4,000 yards rushing in a college career, I don't care what college you played for. Now, if you told me Mike Vick went and played at some small little rinky-dink school and did that, then I might be like, whatever. I mean, it's Michael Vick. I mean, he could have probably did that against any conference. So, but I don't really care. That's really impressive. It's over 3,500 yards by yourself every year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty damn impressive.
That's why I don't think there's going to be much of a QB controversy out there. I know you think there might be some more than I do. I don't see it being that crazy. An idea to keep Kaepernick in there. If the offense is playing well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If Smith is out, he's got a concussion, the offense is struggling a little bit as is, maybe you want to wait till he's 100%. You say, listen, I don't want to rush him back. Kaepernick's playing well, let's roll with him.
Look, you know my opinion of this San Francisco offense with Alex Smith. I've said it numerous times. They cannot fall behind. Me and you had this argument maybe 2 weeks ago about them falling behind and not being able to make a comeback. And I don't believe that they can do that with Alex Smith. I don't believe Alex Smith is the guy to take them to where they want to go, even though I believe he could still win a Super Bowl. I don't believe he's the guy that gets them there. I believe the run game, the way they set this team up is what gets them there, not Alex Smith himself. Now, I do understand Alex Smith has improved as a quarterback since Harbaugh has gotten there. But I still believe he is limited as a starting quarterback, and I don't believe that Alex Smith, when it's all said and done, is going to be looked back at as a great quarterback. San Francisco knows that Alex Smith is pretty much where he's going to be when it comes down to developing as a quarterback. He's been in the league 8 years. This is his 8th year in the NFL. How much longer does he need to play in the league before you could literally hand him a team and say, lead us? And that's what you want to be able to do with your quarterback, right? You want to look at your quarterback and say, lead us offensively to a championship. And I don't see that with Smith. Now, I'm not saying after one game with Kaepernick, I see that with him. But I see a lot more versatility with the San Francisco offense and the fact that now you don't need to bring Alex Smith out of the game to run the little bootlegs that you guys like to run. You don't need to be worried about your quarterback being able to not compensate for a lack of a good game by your offensive line, which is going to happen. I like Kaepernick. I like what I saw last night. I told my friend who's a 49er fan when they drafted him that I think he could turn into their starter. Now, this is before they go 13-3. Last year. Now, obviously, Kaepernick was his rookie year last year. So this is before this happens. So obviously, he wasn't too worried about it because Smith played well last year. But I told him when they took Kaepernick, I'm like, I could see him turning into your starter. I could. So, in your opinion, there's no quarterback controversy.
Not right now.
You think that Kaepernick is the starter until Smith is 100%? Or you think Kaepernick's the starter unless he loses the job?
I think Kaepernick's the starter next week.
Okay. See, in my opinion, I think this is a situation where Harbaugh will use this to push both guys.
See,
Harbaugh doesn't scare me to me, he's the kind of coach that isn't scared of practicing two guys with the first team throughout a week. I don't think that bothers him. And I think I could see that him using that as a way to push both guys. I do. I mean, I could obviously be completely wrong, but I really think that this is an opportunity for him, 5 weeks left before the season's over, to maybe make Alex Smith step up his game a little bit more. Maybe that's all he wants out of this. Maybe he wants Smith to be a starter, but he wants to push a button on him. Maybe he wants to motivate him a little more. Maybe he thinks Smith has gotten too comfortable. I don't know. But what I do know is that I think Kaepernick puts a decision in Harbaugh's face. Forces Harbaugh to have to make a choice. And I don't know which way he goes. I don't. And I think that's where the quote-unquote controversy comes from.
He's already said, though, he's going with the hot hand, whoever the hot hand is.